So here is the plumbing of the pump for the tailgate sink, and I'm just using that porthole on the side there to put the wiring, which wiring already goes through, and then the water cable, the water hose rather. This is the inside, it's coming in from the pump. The pump is flowing this direction, and there's its intake, and it splits into a Y. This side will hit one bag, and this side goes over to here and grabs the other bag. The front of the pump is pushed tight against the actual tire carrier base, and in doing so I put a piece of felt on the front side of it so the vibration will be dampened against the tailgate. I've also cut and formed several pieces to assist in quieting the pump inside this housing, because it will be in a housing that'll have the ability to resonate. I wanted to make sure I could dampen the noise as much as possible. So there's one on it, and then one on the inside of the sleeve that goes in. And that lines back up to its flush lines that are already marked around it, and that will be the tire carrier. So then put your tire on it just as if it were previously, except for this time you can barely see it, but through this hole is the pump, and that's actually the breather for that little pump. So its air exchange is happening right there behind the tire. So it's actually going to have a tiny bit of breathing room. Not much, but enough to keep it cool when I'm barely using it. So that's the behind the tire carrier for the pump. And that's the TerraFlex rear tire carrier that they designed for Mopar for the 35+ inch tires. I think it holds around 500 pounds in total. That is just a simple single shut off. It automatically, I think it's called a diaphragm pump, it automatically will turn itself off when it senses that there's too much pressure on the downstream end of the outlet. So when I turn the spigot off, the pump will shut off, but when I turn it on, it will then pump water. And the water will come through onto this side, and I have this plate here that I cut out, and that's the tap line that'll go into that. This is an ice maker spigot, so it is safe to drink from this. So there's no lid in the spigot. This also screws off and allows me to add this, which I'll be using as a shower hose, so I can rinse myself off with the same spigot. So from the back of the Jeep, I'll be able to have a sink and a shower with the same 8 gallons in those bags. This is the sink itself. It'll be the receptacle to drain the water into. I have to tap that still with this bulkhead fitting here. This was actually one of the more expensive pieces of the whole process right there. And that should be done by the end of the day. But that's how all that is set right now. This set of wires that will positively lead that pump will actually be tucked up and through here, and then run here. I'll actually have a separate battery bank that'll run all of these accessories, but in the meantime I'll run it through the DC of the vehicle. So, and that's it for now.